Thomas here with Much Props, going to give you another how-to video. Today I am painting. It's not typically something I do here on the channel as just a painting. So usually I paint something on a prop or I do some type of painting technique. This time I'm using a canvas. I have a canvas board just laying around that I kind of wanted to paint for quite a while. And I know that these videos don't get a whole lot of views, but I figured why not just do it because I want to. So I have an obsession with acrylic marker pens. I use them a lot in videos because to me it's easier to control than a brush that has a flimsy tip and stuff. And my wife recently got me a massive set that has a wide array of other Poscas that I have never seen before, and I want to try them out. So there's some that are like paintbrushes and some traditional ones, some wide ones, some thin ones. It runs the gambit. So today I am going to paint Vecna from Stranger Things using only Posca pens and some hot glue for a special effect at the end. Let's get to building. So, slight problem. Somewhere in the universe, the footage of me taping together this giant Vecna printout and hand drawing it onto my wood panel has completely vanished. No idea where it went, just assume that is what happened, and it was very professional. What you did miss is me getting the drawing transferred and setting things up. I also like to throw a wood block under my panel so I can tilt it a bit, making it way easier on my wrist, and it just feels better to paint at an angle, like I know what I'm doing. I use the Posca pen paint set, which honestly feels like a Pokemon evolution of paint pens. Ultrafine tips, regular bullets, chisel tips, different sizes, and even some brush tip versions with actual bristles, which I've never seen before. I'm going to mess around with all of them throughout the video, starting by blacking out the darkest contrast areas. I like working from a full scale image so that I can see exactly how detailed things will be at full size. I'm not aiming for photorealism here, this is more impressionistic. Think Van Gogh, Monet, maybe Pissarro, but you know, if they were painting Vecna in the upside down. I'm painting Vecna from Stranger Things with acrylic paint pens, and through most of this painting I'm in the trust the process phase. I'm blocking in some basic contrast, but I'm really not being precious with the details yet. The only goal at this point is to get a solid base color down so I've got something to build on later. The chest and the hands, yeah, they're rough. Very rough. But that's on purpose. Vecna is basically like a pile of veins, ribs, and creepy vine looking noodles all tangled together, and if I tried to perfectly draw every single one, we'd be here until season 6 of the show, which I don't think's happening. So instead, I'm leaning into the chaos. I'm throwing in tons of randomness and texture and letting your brain do some of the heavy lifting. As long as it feels gross and organic, it's doing its job. I'll clean things up later. Right now, I'm just trying to lay down the groundwork and trying not to overthink it. Now I'm starting to lay in some gray, knowing that white, black, and a few other colors are going to go right over the top of it later. This is really just about building contrast that I can layer onto as I go. Nothing here is precious, it's all future scaffolding. In some spots I'm just using the tip of the paint pen, and in others I'm using my finger. Very high-tech technique, but honestly smudging the paint like this works surprisingly well. You can get some pretty decent transitional fades even with paint pens, as long as you're not afraid to get a little messy. At this stage, it's all about pushing values around and letting things stay loose. I tighten it up later. Right now, I'm just giving future me something to work with. so I might have gotten a little ahead of myself and started layering pen strokes over the base layer. Oops. I'm bouncing back and forth between whites and grays and blacks, using different tip sizes to build it up. This is very much the trust the process phase, also known as the ugly phase, but I keep pushing through it and can slowly start sneaking up on the final shapes, the mouth, the cheeks, and all those little details. Nothing happens all at once, it's just layers on layers until it finally clicks into place and I'm happy with it. Jumping the gun yet again, but sticking with the same process I used with the black and white parts of Vecna, I laid down a base layer of blue in the background, then started layering in darker and lighter blues, purples, and a little red across the canvas. I'm fully channeling my inner Van Gogh here, giving everything that Starry Starry Night style movement with brush strokes. Lots of motion, lots of texture. I'm adding vines and organic details so it feels like Vecna is tearing through the fabric between the two worlds, pushing through that gross, fleshy membrane like it's in the show. The goal is for it to feel alive, chaotic, and slightly unsettling, but in a fun way. So this is black hot glue sticks. They're just like the clear stuff, but much more edgy. I was trying to think of some playful alternative names for black hot glue and came up with a few that made me chuckle. Tell me which one's your favorite down in the comments below. Here we go. Emo Elmers, Sad Sticks, Glue of Despair, Goth Sauce, Melancholy Melt, and my personal favorite, Angst Adhesive. In the show, there are these black vines everywhere in the upside down and around the tears in the fabric of the two worlds, so I thought this would be a fun way to add a cool texture to the piece and act as an even cooler framing than a normal painting would have. So I just squeeze about half this pack onto the surface, making sure to bruise my trigger finger on both hands and intentionally covering all the edges and the bits that I don't like in my painting. If you've ever worked with hot glue, you know that it leaves these little webbings all over that happens when you pull the glue gun away from the surface. It may be hard to see on camera, but trust me, there's tons of them everywhere. You could mind-numbingly pluck each individual strand if you wanted to, but I'm going to save my sanity and yours, the viewer, and just use a small blowtorch to melt them all back. It doesn't take much to knock them off, and you get to have an excuse for playing with fire. Responsibly, of course. No need to catch yet another prop on fire. And with that, this build is pretty much done. I hope you enjoyed this video and let me know if there's something from the show that you'd like to see me build from Stranger Things or any other show that piques your interest. I'll be reading the comments and trying to get some ideas for this year. And we are finished. Here is the end result. Overall, I think it turned out pretty cool. It's definitely something that you could try yourself and it not be too overwhelming. Hopefully the process that I showed you kind of made sense. I bulk out the majority of the colors, then I start adding the little strokes onto it, kind of giving it that impressionistic vibe to it, which is one of my favorite art forms. And yeah, so maybe you will try and make one of these yourselves and impress your friends with your ability to paint something from something that you binge watched and are now kind of obsessed with. Yeah. Maybe you'll get some. Yay! And inevitably, they're going to ask you, how'd you make that? You can give them one of these. Tell them, much props. Gotta go hang this on the wall. Preferably not somewhere hot. It might melt. Or open a portal to another dimension. Who knows? Peace out. If you enjoy what I do here on YouTube and you want to see more builds like this one, please consider joining these awesome people listed here with me over on my Patreon to build a bigger, better, more creative community together.